It's your neighborhood board, so please come out second Thursday of every month. And again, just wanted to make that plug that we're here to listen to you. Now, I have a specific item. I just went over and verified, just check this out again on the porta potty we have. Can we get at least one or two more, in the meantime before we get something else? And by the way, the latch, it still doesn't work. It still swings wide open, and that's from a month ago. And that's not to belabor the point. I just think that's something that, if everyone agrees, I can tell you that if we had just one more next to it right now, that thing is full. And one problem that came up is they said it was being emptied twice a week. So, could we get it emptied more often? Could we get it cleaned out more often? Just a kind of a quick fix, something to help us out in the meantime, even in the next few weeks.
The answer is yes.
If my math is correct, it looks like you have about 125, 130 stalls slated at the time, including the non-paved ones. Being that Eva Beach is growing at such a fast rate, and that we are a very large park, whether you're a water user or not, is there an area slated or proposed for more parking when we need it? I mean, I realize this master plan's been going on for, it seems like forever. I think I heard from 1979. Well, I was 10, so I don't know how much longer this is going to grow and continue, but 130 stalls is definitely not enough. I mean, if you look around, I see at least 50 here already. So can there be a little more clarity on this for me, please? Thank you.
In the process of doing the master plan, this update, given the amount of feedback came from the community, the answer is yes. Engineers can determine what green space or what space I need to establish more parking. They have to tell me, because like you, I'm not an engineer. Is the $7 million part of the installation of porta potties or even build a cabinet system? The answer is no. I can do it with my funds.
With your funds. How does it look?
Let me go back and talk to my staff, because something else got to get. I got to tell them, what are we going to sacrifice to do this?
Sacrifice. Sacrifice. Health purposes. Sacrifice. Please.
You're making people happy. You're making us happy. That's why we wanted to do just to do that.
Thank you.
That's all we need.
Thank you.
We're going to do it. It's just what I'm not.
The trees. How come all the trees had to go? That's another issue of mine. Is like in Manoa, you can't drop a tree down without the community out there just raising up in arms. And down here, they took out every single tree, even along the whole coastline over there. I mean, not just with the parks, but my issue is the access to beginning to all the surf breaks back there. Me being able to go fish out there with my kid.
Mr. Cabato has a good point. $7 million is not much to work with. It's hard choices. We need to ask ourselves things like, perhaps we can just do some kind of repair to get the bathroom up to an adequate usage level for now. And if they want to do some landscaping, by all means, our children could do with a beautiful athletic field. For that, I would be willing to use their tax revenue dollars, water grass, mow grass. Other than that, maybe because there is such strong opposition, because many people feel like they have been tuned out of the dialogue, some of you need to reach out to your higher level officials, and not just Councilman Berg. Call your mayor. Don't beat up Mr. Cabato. Don't beat up Mr. Reed. Don't beat up Bob Stanfield. Call the guy who has the power to do something, and let them know that maybe we need to put the brakes on it until they can give Mr. Cabato $30 million to come into Howbush and do something. So just something to consider.
One day I was picking up the cans or whatever by the beach, and one guy told me, hey, if you still like do this, drive up to the beach. You gotta come on Saturday. So that's why I'm here. I like the part where you can go up to the beach and keep it that way, yeah. Whatever you do, make sure we still can drive the car right up to the beach. That's what I care, yeah.
At the end of this road right here, right? We drive back here. What does this mean to be acquired? That's my other question. And because, I surf back there, and a lot of, I'm here, I'm just one person of my generation of kids out here, but there's a lot of kids around my same age that maybe weren't able to make it down, and they feel strongly like they want to be able to have access back to that road like how we've always had.
As I stated before, I'm not going to close that portion.
Just about the changing Oneula Beach Park to Harbor.
Changing the
Can
name.
you adopt
Long
this
time.
property? Is that your question? Can you adopt this park? You want to adopt this park? Not you, but the community?
The community. Yeah.
The answer is yes.
How?
So we have a volunteer coordinator, and after this, I can give you his name, his email address. It's the best way to get hold of him. You contact him, and he will produce the documents if one exists on what we're doing. There's a lot of conditions on adopting the park. A lot of conditions. Not you just want to adopt it, but there's some reciprocity duties and responsibilities. So after we finish with that meeting, I'll make sure you have his, just send me or John, and then we'll have it.
We have it on jacket. They have a beach surf club. They all have a beach surf club, and Oneula adopted this area.
That's
We
right.
were the cleansers. We were the first guys that picked
That's right.
this park.
That's right.
And this was in 1986.
But we need more time. We gotta give our more time for our community, please. We cannot, if it just goes on and they rubber stamp them and it goes through, we're gonna get really plenty angry people out here, and they're gonna blame you because you don't came, and they're gonna say Gary said or Tom said, you know. So
Keep it open-ended.
yeah, because you guys are the face that we see, but I say thank you, Gary. Because I would have never drove into town in that madness for go to a meeting. Honest, my wife wouldn't. Honestly, a lot of these guys not gonna drive out there. And by you coming out here, it is major. We don't all agree with everything you're doing or saying, but I thank you for listening. Thank you, Paulo.